Woman of the field, woman of the river, oh my mother, hi, I'm thinking of you. Black woman, woman of Africa, oh my mother, let me thank you. This is highlighted as a symbol of faith in her from whom I was born. An experience yet unfathomable because I deemed what seemed closer to my heart than anyone else's. I vowed to her and to the culture in which I was raised that I will stand at every chance not to ignore their teachings but to embrace every lesson they offer. Black woman, woman of Africa, oh my mother, let me thank you. This is to the heritage that bleed not tears of atrocity, but graces heavy fear within me, transforming it into a living faith. My heritage, my pride, and my culture. This is to it, an African child. Yes, an African child. Yeah, this is to hit an African child indeed. Hi everyone, today I'll be making review on the book titled An African Child by Camara Laye. Yes, Camara Laye, as you can hear. So this book is an autobiography of the writer. It's a book that narrates the life experience of the writer, what the writer went through, how the writer grew up, and the settings of this book is Guinea. Yeah, Guinea. That was the setting of the book. So let me talk briefly about the book before going to the morals that I learned from this book. Yes, morals that I learned from this book. This book, as said, is an autobiography of the writer Camara Laye, and also the main character in this book was a child called Laye, and he grew up in Guinea Republic, that's in a country, Karausa. So he grew up around his parents, his siblings who grew up together. And also in this book, the father of the major character in this book, who was Laye, happens to be a goldsmither. Yeah, a goldsmither. And also God marries to two wives, and Laye's mom happens to be the eldest wife. Let me talk into the educational background of Laye. Laye had his nursery and primary school education with his parents in the city, in the country where the parents were staying and where he was born at Karausa, before he now later went further into having a secondary school education, technical college at Conakry. That was where the father's elders, brothers, and younger brothers were staying. So it was from this place that he fell in love, met the love of his life in the book, Maria. He fell in love, and before he later went to France to further his education. Yes, he went to France to further his education. And also in this book, it was portrayed that Laye had sisters and he also had friends who he grew up with in this Karausa country. And also it was written in this book that he always go to the grandmother's place, Tindikan, to have his holiday whenever they are on holiday. So before he now later went far away to a country that was far from the grandmother's place, and before he later continued his education at France, and that was what made him to stay far away from his family. So that was a brief insight about the book, like a brief narration about the book titled An African Child by Camara Laye. So moving next, what are the themes that I learned from this book? What are the morals themes that I learned from this book? Yes, the number one morals that I learned from this book was a theme of totemism. Yes, totemism just have as a belief, like a belief in a spiritual being, like in a spirit being, maybe like belief in plants or animals to guide you, direct your activities. Likewise, in this book, Laye that her mom had belief in different animals which serve as a guidance to their homes, their businesses. Take for example, Laye's dad, right from the grandparents, had a belief in a particular snake which served as a guiding spirit to the family of Laye entirely, both the grandparents and both the father of Laye. So anytime Laye dad wanted to start his goldsmithing work, the snake will come to Laye's dad's shop, guide him on what to do, what not to do. Even previously, maybe when Laye daddy was sleeping, then the snake would come to his sleep, tell him what was going to happen the previous day, how he should do, and then steps that he should take, maybe to prevent the bad things from happening. And if there is any good news that the snake had for him, he's going to pass the information across to him when he was sleeping. And likewise, anytime he wanted to start his goldsmithing work, the snake will come to Laye's dad's shop, help him serve as his energy to work very hard and work very effectively, which has always been working for him because he was known throughout the country, throughout that city, as the best goldsmither. And after him, in fact, no other goldsmither was near or closer to him when it comes to goldsmithing. That people from faraway countries always come to him, bring work to him to make them gold or jewelry. Likewise, Laye's mom in the family, they have this totem, they have this belief in a crocodile. So anyone born into the Laye's mom family, crocodile will never harm them because they have this magic power related to that of crocodile. Take for example, when the water that they used to use in their city, when the water got full, to the extent that no one dare move close to the river to fetch water, then it was only because of the crocodile that was inside the water, because if anyone should dare go into that flowing water to fetch, the crocodile would kill such person. It was only Laye's mom that was able to go to this river, fetch water without the crocodile harming her. And this was because they have the totem, they have the magic related to, they have the power and totem belief in crocodile. So, and this was related to every member of Laye's mom family, not only her. And also, Laye's mom was also portrayed to be a kind of supernatural being that when people were going through difficulties, problems, they used to come to her for help and for direction. Take for example, when a horseman was having difficulty asking his horse to stand up and go home with him, it was Laye's mom that the horseman went to court, and she was able to help put some words together, and the horse follows the owner. So Laye's mom and dad had this particular belief in certain animals in their family, which has always been helping them serve as a guidance spirit to them. Likewise, some people here today, if also in Africa, some had a particular belief in plants or animals to serve as their guidance, and which has always been helping them right from the time being. So another theme in this book was the theme of respect for culture, traditions, and customs. Yes, this book majorly was kind of centered on culture, like the culture of the people of the Guinea Republic, of the Karosa country. So in this book, these people had a lot of respect for their cultures and traditions and customs. Different culture and traditions that used to take place in this country was, we have the Golden Dihara, we have the circumcision and harvesting of rice. So in this Golden Dihara, they take the boy that was moving into their adult stage into a very far away place, into a bush, and they scare them with a very loud voice that looks like that of a lion. So this Golden Dihara is just a test of their boldness and a test of their courage. So they usually encourage every one of them to be strong and not show a sign of weakness whenever this is being taking place. So they scare them with a very loud voice that looks like that of a lion, and any one of them that show the kind of weakness, that means such is not ready to become a man, and such will be lived into the boy stage, which has never happened before. Because even if they are scared, they usually know how to suppress their fearing or weaknesses so that it will not show to the people that were there scaring them with that sound of lion. And also we have the circumcision. Before the circumcision will take place, and this circumcision is usually done to the people within the age of 11-16 years that were transforming, they were going into their adulthood. So So before this circumcision will take place, they usually do kind of dancing, feasting for a week, for a complete week, where people in the city will come together, dance with the selected boys that were going into their adult stage and that will be transformed into a man, of which Laye was among them and the friends. So they always put on the same robe, like a very white clothes that would reach their ankle, and like they will go around with these clothes, dance. Before, after 7 days, they will be taken to a bush where they are going to be circumcised. When this circumcision as written was a kind of rigorous one, whereby whenever they are circumcising them, a lot of blood usually being wasted, a lot of blood are usually being flown out of their body, but they are still not to show any sign of weaknesses, because they believe people that are circumcising them might become their father-in-law later in life, and such will not be able to give their daughters to a weak man. So that's why they usually show courage in while doing every of this. So when Laye was done with this circumcision and all, the mom also change his room from being a boy room to a man room, change his clothes and everything that is pertaining to him from being a boy type to a man type, because he has been circumcised, he has been scared with Guden Dihara, and he was now announced to be a man and no more a boy. Another thing is harvesting of rice, which used to take place in Tintika at Laye's grandmother's place. So it is a tradition that they respect so much that the men had to come out and go in group to harvest rice. And before every other person will go out to harvest the rice, the headest man in each family had to come out first to do their own before every other male members of the family will go out, harvest together. They make joke, crack joke together so that the work will not look or kind of very difficult for them to do. So that's another tradition in the book that they respected and the people's culture, which was harvesting of rice, Guden Dihara, and the circumcision. Another theme in this book was the theme of motherhood. Yeah, theme of motherhood was displayed by Laye's mom. Laye's mom portrayed a typical African mother, like a typical African mother. Was so overprotective of Laye in this book. Like, take for example, when Laye wanted to start for an exam at Conakry for his final year exam, Laye's mom was seen going to a priest house, praying for him to see vision ahead if he was going to pass the exam, how he was going to do. Also, whenever Laye came back from Conakry to visit the parents after his exam, the mom was always chasing every female friend that came to visit him that was not well dressed, always chasing them away from Laye's room, asking Laye not to become their friend, to stay away from them so that they will not spoil his future. Even when Laye was traveling to France, the mom was the first person that said no, he was never going to go. That Laye left him to have his secondary school education in another place, was now also going to leave him for France, that he cannot do without Laye, and every other thing like that. Even Laye's grandmother too portrayed a kind of motherhood. Whenever Laye arrived to the place, he will like shout to everyone that they should rejoice with her, that our grandson is here to visit them, is here to date Laye, cook for Laye. Likewise, every other person in that city will cook for Laye and bring it to the grandmother's place to welcome the grandson that she announced that has came to pay her a visit. Laye's mom was so protective of him that nothing bad happens to Laye, and he came out successful in anything that he's doing. Yeah, the mom was so overprotective and could not even leave him for once, like could not leave him, always crying whenever Laye is going to stay far away from her. So that's a theme of motherhood in the book. The last theme in this book was the theme of gender role. Yes, gender role. Yeah, the roles of female are different from the roles of male in this book, which was well highlighted. Take for example, whenever there are fights or there are misunderstanding in the family among the children, they have to report to the father, but it was the mother that would discipline such child that was at fault. Yes, the fatherhood was just to report to the mother too, and the children will only report to the father, but the father will not take any step like beating. Also, whenever they cook in the family, they are also like to thank the mother for cooking. And also there was nothing like inequality. The female were even well respected in Carousa than even men self. They were respected, they were placed at a very high importance. Take for example, at Conakry, whenever they wanted to harvest rice, the male had to go to harvest, but the female's role were to bring food to them at the evening, bring them water so that they will have something to eat and also have water to drink. But after doing that, they were to return back home. They are not able to like help them, maybe carry anything along while going home or anything. No, theirs is just to like cook for them and also bring water to them so that they will have something to fill their stomach with. So even in Carousa, the female can work, they can like feed the family, bring home money and all. It's like the feeding of the family was not only limited to the father. So that makes it the themes of gender role in this book. Yeah, the theme of gender role in this book. So as said earlier, I've treated some themes in the book which I learned from this book, ranging from the theme of motherhood, gender roles, respect for culture, customs, and traditions, and we also have the theme of totemism. This makes it that we've come to the end of this book, a book titled An African Child by Camara Laye. You can also go further to read further about the book so that you'll be able to like have a full insight about the book and autobiography of the writer Camara Laye. So thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for staying till the end. Like always and as usual, please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, share my videos to your friends, and comment also. See you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye.